Welcome to the Chase preview for round 2. I am joined today, my name is Chris Wertha. I'm joined by Taylor Hayes, your Ironman points leader, and Bruce Allen, the leader of the Arkham squad. We are here at CalSpeed and we're decided to do this before the Ironman, so we're going to make predictions and it's going to sound terrible because we have no idea how anyone's going to do in the Ironman or sprint race, but we'll see how that goes. So let's first start this. I want to start by welcoming Bruce. Thank you for coming on.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to ask you about the last round. You were going into the A main. You were out, and you worked your way in. Did you know going in that you were out of the chase?
Oh yeah, I saw what happened with Nagao. Kind of gave me a little bit of hope, but yeah, to be honest, I didn't even think I was getting past that. I thought Andrew might have been right about the whole thing. Fortunately, I was able to prove him wrong. Did it come down to a last lap? I know I got Calvin. I don't know.
No, you ended up like 11th. Like Yanni ended up being the last one in, so you were okay.
Cool.
You were okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it was rough. I mean, it's just one of those things you don't you wouldn't think it's going to be on your mind, but yeah, you get in the cart and all of a sudden, I better make the chase. So.
Well, how important? Tell me, how important is the chase to you? Have two teammates in it, or you have three technically. You have yourself, Wes, and Tolman.
Yep.
You both all three of you advance. Is it something you guys discuss in under the tent? You guys have bragging rights going?
Yeah, it's all bragging rights. I mean, we at first we kind of laughed it was going to be another situation about we're going to be out in the first round, but as it starts getting moving, it's kind of like, all right, we got a shot at this. So we're actually not even talking now. It's gotten so intense. So not really, but yeah, it's a good time though. We do enjoy it.
No one's there haven't been any Johnson Harvick incidents yet, where nobody's punched anybody in the chest. Not yet.
Nah, I mean Wes is a little mouthy, so he's probably inching towards it, but no, nothing like that yet. I mean, but if we get past the next round, we'll see. We'll see.
All right, so today we're racing on Technico. We'll also be racing there next Saturday. Taylor, let's talk about the track and its uniqueness, as well as if there's any particular danger points, places where chase guys are going to have to watch out for, say, dirty moves, or places where they can get themselves in trouble, like what happened with Nagao last round.
Well, the same corner that Nagao got taken out in is still on Technico, so we've got that. Obviously, the S's, we saw it in the Ironman. We had 3 guys not even make it through turn 1 last time. So
we're going to try and break that record in a few hours.
It's true. But yeah, especially like in an A main where we've got the rolling starts and we're going to be going in there 2, 3, 4 wide. It could definitely end immediately through there. And we saw it at Grands. We saw incidents through the back hairpin of Technico too. I think this is probably the easiest track to get taken out on.
Makes sense. Bruce, you had a lot of success on Technico for Grands, and a lot of that you contribute to qualifying well. You also had a pretty good run. You were 14th on the day in the rained out round. Well, the A main was rained out, so going into the A, you were 14th. Can you tell me about how important this track is to qualifying, or because there are a few passing zones and places where you can get runs, can you make passes?
You can make passes. I mean, it's qualifying on any track is going to be, just the bread and butter. You want to have that, but to be honest, this one you got enough passing spots out here where you can make something happen. You can qualify from, I would say, about 9th. Anywhere 9th's about probably the cutoff. You can get it done from there. Anything past that, like you were saying with all the trouble zones here, that's really going to put you in a tough spot. So yeah, qualifying would be a premium, I think.
And this is a track that we haven't had a chance to run an A main on before. We did have a day of Grands on there. Do you think everyone that's running that's going to be everyone that's in the chase had a chance to run Grands, and so they have 4 races on this track? Do you think the fact that that we didn't get a chance to run an A main, do you think that's going to play a role in the day and how things are?
No. I think the guys that are in are going to come out and they're going to run it just like any other race. It's not going to make a big difference.
I don't think the racing's going to be a whole lot different than it was at Grands. It's the same double file starts. We've got an extra few laps, but I don't think the racing's going to change anything. It's going to honestly look a lot like it was at Grands.
Makes sense. Now let's talk about the drivers that we have left. I see it breaking out. I'll speak for myself. I see it breaking down into 3 pretty simple tiers. For Technico, at least, you have your 5 main drivers that have run really well on your counterclockwise tracks and have ran really well in round 2 in Grands. That's Logan West, who actually has the most success on counterclockwise tracks this month or this year. Darren, Taylor, and Sergio. And then you have your second group of drivers. You have your Miles, John, Tolman, Diego, and Bruce. Those are your guys that are going to be battling it out for the, in my opinion, for those last couple spots. And then you have your wild cards. You have Alyssa and Kirk. Alyssa, who was the first woman to win a heat race at Grand. She did win it at Technico. And then Kirk, who's had not as good of a run on this track or counterclockwise. Taylor, I'll pose this question to you first. Do you think there's a particular type of driver that benefits from Technico, or do you see any particular driver that's in the chase that you think has an advantage moving on?
Technico is a little more racecraft based than it is, or no, it's not racecraft based as much. I don't know what I'm talking about.
You want me to skip you and go to Bruce?
No, it's more of a driver's track, so your racecraft isn't going to matter as much. So the guys that are good on the technical stuff, it's usually gonna be the guys that can adjust to different carts, that can adjust to the track conditions, that typically tend to do a little better on the counterclockwise tracks compared to the clockwise tracks.
Bruce, let's talk about some of the guys that are in. Do you see any particular favorites of the group of 12 that are left on?
Well, I mean, you got to go with John, Logan, and Wes. I mean, are 3 that you definitely think they're gonna move on. I mean, I'd toss my cash down on that. Pretty much everybody else. I mean, that's why I would separate. I think there's 2 groups. I think it's those 3 and everybody else. I mean, because anything can really happen with the rest of that group. So it's I wouldn't say that anybody's really a favorite except for those 3.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the past successes and we'll say difficulties some of the guys have had. Taylor, you had a very difficult technical run for Grands. However, you were still 5th overall going into the rained out A main. Is this a track that you feel comfortable on, or is it are you more indicative of where things ended up round 2 or where they ended up at Grands?
Well, I mean, I ran 2nd in the first Ironman this year on Technico. I was 5th starting the A main. I think my pace is more towards that than it was Grands. There were a couple extenuating circumstances. I did get wrecked in one of my heats while going fast laps. So, I mean, I had the cart to win and ended up 14th out of it. But that's my day 1 at Grands every year, though. I just always start slow and have to pick it up. I don't think that's as much indicative of the pace I have. So I'm pretty confident that I'll make it through.
Now, Bruce, you had a very good day 1 at Grands.
Right.
You won 2 races. You finished 2nd, and then you ended up 11th. You also, like I said, was 14th in going into the A main of round 2. Counterclockwise, you've the other 2 races you've had an 18th and a 32nd. Is Technico just your preferred counterclockwise track, or did you just luck into some shit?
Little of both. I mean, I've always kind of liked this track, but for whatever reason, Grands went all right. I mean, this track actually has already tried to kill me once this year, so I'm not like a big fan of it, but yeah, it just seems to work out over here. So we'll see how this one goes too, though.
All right, let's talk a little bit about, before we get into predictions, let's talk a little bit about our spoilers, guys that we think could have an impact on the race. I'm going to start with the guy who finished 4th technically in that A main for round 1, and then who's had a pretty good success. He finished 2nd in the sprint race and 4th in an Ironman here. That would be Adam Nagao. I'm thinking he's going to be definitely a guy that's going to take some points away from some chase guys. He unfortunately is not in the chase anymore. His time has run out. Taylor, can you tell me about anybody in particular you think can run up and be a spoiler at the same level as your spirit animal?
Yeah, with Adam, obviously, like 9 times out of 10, I think he probably would have made it through round 1. Otherwise, I haven't seen the whole entry list yet. It's so far kind of light. We haven't really seen anyone coming out of the woodwork so much. We haven't seen the out-of-town guys that had an effect last month. Don't see Scott Kennedy on there, and he podiumed the first round we ran, so if he's back, he'll be a threat. Other than that, I don't see really anything more than the status quo right now.
Bruce, do you see anybody in particular that you think could play a role in taking points away, or win a couple of heat races, put some guys in some tough spots? And it only takes really finishing like 5th and 5th in your heat races in this round to really like to really lose a shot at advancing.
Yeah, it'll burn you real quick. As far as spoilers go, yeah, Nagao and Ends, but you know, I really got to take a look at Eichland and Serrano. I mean, Serrano last round, what was he, fourth in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he can come out and do it again. I mean, he's really, you know, I'm probably gonna have to pay him off to, you know, keep him behind me and stop stealing damn points. But yeah, you know, I think he could come out and definitely mess it up for a few of us out there.
All right, well, it's about time to do predictions, but let's just talk some crap on some guys that are in this clinic, since we have time so they can take off. We see a couple of people that definitely need some laps. Vince Burke, he's been pretty terrible. Good to see that David's back out. Unfortunately, he died in the last Ironman. Let's see. Adam, because he doesn't want to get wrecked this month. Very happy to see Bill Myers. Any opinions on any guys that are in the clinic right now as they take off?
No, not really. It's a clinic. I don't know what they're doing. Looks like a double file start, so that should be fun.
Might set a record for guys dying in turn 1. Any opinion on guys rolling out here for the clinic, Bruce?
Everybody's looking pretty smart out there today. Usually the clinic looks like a monkey fucking a coconut, but today it's been pretty decent. I think I saw one guy spin. That was it. I'm almost bummed about it, to be honest.
We might miss a little bit of the action. All right, so let's head on to predictions. So I'll go first. I'm going to take the initial of the 4 people that are going to drop out. I think Kirk doesn't advance. I think Yanni doesn't advance. Unfortunately, her time runs out. Tolman's had some good runs lately, but I think his time is. I'm going to pick him to drop again. And I actually am going to pick a surprise. This guy has struggled on counterclockwise tracks. He had a good day at Grands. He's sitting in the top 3 in points, but he's just it just hasn't been his runs the last few rounds. I'm gonna pick the guy that I picked actually to win this thing. I'm gonna pick John to get knocked out. So which he's gonna be mad at me about. But the last time I said that, Tolman proved me wrong. So prove me wrong, John. Taylor, who do you think are gonna be the 4 that are knocked out?
Well, I am gonna have one surprise as well, maybe 2. I still think, like you said, Yanni and Feldkamp, Yanni's had the consistency for the most part, but not consistently towards the top 10 that would keep her in, and Feldkamp's just too all over the place. I think, going back to someone else who struggled, especially on Technico, is Sergio Bravo. He had, what, a 325 or something?
326. He was 13th on the day.
Yeah.
Actually, it was 25th on the day when we ran Technical last time. Yeah.
And then, yeah, so I'd say Sergio Bravo, and because he didn't run the first Technico round this year, and he was quick at Grands, but nothing way
he was 6th
up there.
Yeah, he was 6th of the Chase guys.
Diego Morales. I think those are going to be your 2, along with Yanni and Feldkamp.
Okay. Bruce, I'm sure you have some names to call out and some people you'd like to talk about. Who do you see as being the 4 that don't advance?
Oh, man. That's a tough one. I'm shocked either one of you picked me. That's fucking decent.
All right. No, you've had some good runs lately. And maybe because the guys we picked ended up advancing, so we agree.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's such a crapshoot. You know, I really have a hard time picking anyone to get knocked out. I mean, it's you know, I guess I'd have to agree with you guys on the Feldkamp and Yanni, just because it's real up and down. You know, Diego, you guys brought up a good point with him not being here. I really think that'll screw him in the long run on this one. I don't know. He wasn't bad at Grants though. So.
No, he was. Yeah.
No, I'll stick with it. I'll stick with it. I'll do an Andrew Brown and have a bad one. So, hope you're watching. And he's gonna be pissed, but you know what? I'm in a nice little points battle with him, and I really can't have him moving on past this. So, Justin Tolman, you're fucking out.
I think that'll cause any tension in the group. So we all agreed. So we mostly agreed with the last two. You and I took Tolman. I ended up taking John. You took Diego. And then you also took Sergio. Let's just to wrap it up. If we had to put our motor vehicles on it, who would be the one person that you would almost guarantee that would advance? I'm going to go with Logan, just because he's been pretty ridiculous
that's
lately.
The exact same pick I would take. It's too easy of a pick for me.
I'm going to go against the grain and go with consistent Carl over here, Taylor. I kind of think he's going on.
Yeah, it's going to be a
good points day.
Good points day. Any last thoughts, Bruce? Thank you for coming on. We'll see you in the Ironman, and then we'll probably look like idiots after this when they all kick our ass.
Nah, probably, but nah.
We have Tom Zevin, genius mechanical engineer. Tom, let's talk about the importance. You're obviously trying to improve it every week.
Correct.
Are you running the sprint race today as well?
Yes, I am.
Let's talk about the importance of running the sprint race. Do you feel like you're gaining a lot of experience from that?
I definitely do. I mean, this is my third year doing this full time, and I get totally wrapped up in this. How can I improve? So when I was first doing my first year of Super Series, they had the Super Series, then they had the Ironman directly after it. So I did the Ironman just to get more track time, because what I hear is that no matter what instruction you get, no matter what little technical details are going on, seat time. And what I've learned is that muscle memory is just the key. I really have to think of the brain. My brain is always trying to overcome my body, and I have to let it go and say that my muscles have to learn. So what I've been doing, I love the sprint series. Here's more racing experience. And I did something really unique this year. This year, since they have the clinic, they've got the sprint series, they've got the Ironman, and they've got the Super Series. They mixed up all the days. It's a totally new mix. The first half of the year, I was doing clinic, and then I'd watch the Ironman, and then I'd do sprint series. And at one point, I came out during the makeup day, and there was a spot open in the Ironman. And when I did that Ironman, I was just blown away at the rhythm I learned. So once I learned that rhythm, I said, hey, for the second half of the year, I'm doing Ironman and sprint series instead of clinic and sprint series. And I'm finding I'm getting that rhythm, Chris. That's what I'm getting out of this.
Good. You basically just did a CalSpeed commercial for him. Tom, do you understand how the chase works? You have a good idea?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, do you want to take the time to make a prediction on the 4 guys you think are going to get dropped?
And this next round next week, right?
Yep. Yeah. Names are listed there in order of where they stand in
okay.
Points.
Those that will get dropped, I mean, first of all, anybody that's even close to this list, this is a stellar list.
Absolutely.
And there's a mix of veteran stellar people and some new people that have stepped up. I mean, It's just intriguing to look at the funnel, and as the funnel goes through. So there's 4 that are going to drop, right?
Correct.
Okay. I think there's a possibility that some, super favorites can get stymied.
Absolutely.
And this is a new track. Although these veterans have experience at Technico, they don't have as much experience as they do the classic clockwise tracks.
Yeah, because pretty much everyone on this list has about the same amount of experience on this layout.
Yeah, we all run
We all
round
ran
2.
Grands, we all ran round 2, except for Diego.
Ran Grands the year before.
Yep.
All that good stuff.
I'm going to take a chance. I've been impressed that Alyssa has been gaining in where she's placing, and I know she's doing the full-on higher series carts and stuff too. She's getting a lot of what I was talking about, that seat time. But I think Alyssa may get dropped. That's going to be one of them. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say that, I mean, Wes Dent did phenomenal last time, but I'm just going to throw a bogey out there. I don't know if Wes is going to make it next time.
Okay.
And this is where it gets really hard. I'm looking at this list and I'm going, man, who might not survive to continue. I see Bruce up there. Love Bruce. Bruce is one of my favorite drivers. His spirit, his drive, the team rivalry that we all have. But I think I'll pick Bruce for the third one.
Okay. Who's your fourth?
And now it comes to the hardest choice. I'm just so stymied by this, but I don't know. I mean, I think maybe Kirk. I haven't seen Kirk up there.
Oh,
and again, love the guy. Phenomenal driver. Lots of experience in competition karts too, but it's a really hard thing, but those are my four.
No, that makes sense. All right, Tom, thank you for your time. We'll see you over in the paddock.
All right.
I'd like to welcome Jake Hood.
Thank you.
Jake, just one quick question. I'm sure you're familiar with the Chase, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Before I ask you if you want to give any predictions, last year obviously was your rookie season. You were about 15th in the rookie points, and this year you're battling for technically like a top 15 overall. Was there a time that the speed really clicked? Because we definitely have seen you run a lot better this year than you did last year, and you're definitely gaining a lot of trust of guys in front.
Definitely.
No, you can just start.
So,
you just talk.
So yeah, I've just been like practicing like on a simulator,
Okay.
and then I got my own cart, so I've just been using that. So that's definitely helped me out a lot.
Are you racing anywhere with your other cart?
Yeah, I'm doing F100, and then basically every weekend I come here to do practice.
Okay. So you're getting a lot of lapsing.
Yeah.
Good. I'm sure you're familiar with the Chase then.
Mm.
Okay. Would you like to make a prediction on the 4 people that are going to get knocked out? The names are here.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure Bruce Allen is not going to make it.
Yeah. That's been a consensus pretty much of everyone besides Bruce.
But yeah, I'd say John Cabrell or Logan.
Okay.
Calvin. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a good battle between those two. But I'd go with John Cabrell if I had
Okay.
to. But I don't know. It's too close.
No, it's definitely competitive. We'll hopefully see you in the Chase next year.
Yep.
All right.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
All right,
Thanks,
thank
Jake.
you. Thanks for coming in.
All right, so we're joined by our recap friend, Sean Fight, the sprint points leader.
Right off the track.
Yeah, Sean, let's talk about the track right now. How is it? You obviously run all of the clinics. Do you feel like you're gaining the most experience from clinics, from the Ironman, or from sprint series that are propelling you to the Super Series?
It's just laps. Laps is like oxygen. I mean, the more laps you can, the faster you can go. I mean, you learn everything every time you go out.
Okay, you obviously are familiar with the Chase. Do you want to give your prediction on the 4 you think that are going to get bounced?
Come on with it.
Let's see. I'm going to go Kurt Feldkamp because he compared me to a dead guy. I had an afro last race, and last review you saw that nice afro. And compared me to Chris Penn.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Like,
rough.
You know, make sure the guy hasn't died of drugs yet before you compare me. I'm going to go Feldkamp. Alyssa, she's barely made it last time, and
She was the last one in, yes.
Bruce was good, very good, the first day of Grant, so he can stay for now. And
You're my boy, boy. You got 2 left.
I'm gonna go Sergio. Sergio had a bad run last time.
Okay, that's another Sergio pick. Who's your 4th?
My 4th,
Coleman.
I'm gonna go Tolman.
Huh?
I got to get an Arkham guy out of here.
All right, thanks, Sean. Go.
Good to
water
see you
up.
guys. See you in the Ironman.
No, Hart. Let's get Hart to sit down.
Make good choices, son.
What's up, Matty Hart?
What's up, guys?
What's up? So, I have So, you've been kicking ass on counterclockwise tracks. Is there anything in particular that you enjoy about it, as compared to like a regular clockwise track? You seem to have it's kind of like a home and road split in baseball.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what it is. I think it's just experience from my past, doing a lot of backwards stuff. It just kind of suits my driving style. I like going down the straightaway, getting hard on the brakes. That kind of suits me, rather than just going clockwise and kind of playing follow the leader. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
All right, I'm sure you're familiar with the Chase.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
watched a couple of things.
Okay. Did you want to make a prediction on the 4 people you think they're going to get dropped?
Is it out of all these guys?
Yeah, it's all the names.
Okay. Who's gonna get dropped or who's gonna win?
Yeah. No. Well, you can do either. It's more
Either.
fun if you talk about who's going to get dropped. Yeah.
We got four being dropped now.
I'm gonna go with Tolman. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tolman, Yanni, Feldkamp, and oh man, that is tough. Allen.
Oh,
the bottom
there's another Bruce going away.
Sorry, Bruce.
I'm out.
Yeah.
But so is Tolman.
That's
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, guys.
See ya. See you on track.
Yeah,
in
see you on
an hour.
track. Yeah,
Yeah, can't wait.
Hopefully you don't run away with David.
Yeah.
No.
Try not to make it too easy. Look so easy.
I'll try.
Ass.
Bye, guys.
All right, what's up, gentlemen?
All right, so we're going to welcome Arkham driver Jason Collins. Jason, let's talk about the upcoming Ironman race.
Okay.
How many guys do you expect to die on lap 1? Because we had 3 last round.
3 last round?
Yeah, and you're the farthest guy back, so I mean, you will be the battering ram.
Yes.
So, do you have any predictions on this first lap for the Ironman?
Well, I'm just gonna
At some point, I'm going to put a graphic here that shows how many people died.
I'm just gonna hit Bruce as hard as I can and move him.
You're pretty
into-
good at hitting Bruce from behind, aren't you?
I am. I am. So it's been something we've been doing now for the past few years. So
Say hello to Chris Carter.
What up? Yeah.
I'm sure you're familiar with the Chase, Collins.
yes.
Do you want to give a prediction on the 4 that you think are going to get dropped in this next round? The names are here, by the way.
Let's see. So from here up,
Yeah.
Feldkamp.
Okay.
Let's see. I like Diego, but I don't know. Has he run this configuration?
Just at Grands, he didn't run round 2.
Yeah, I think Diego, Alyssa,
Who's your
and
4th?
man, I hate to do it, but
Probably Tolman.
Cheers to that.
Yeah. Well, there's some Arkham on Arkham crime. All right, thank you, Jason, for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, so I'd like to welcome the man who's 2nd in Ironman points, Mr. Mark Connell.
Soon to be first.
Soon
After
to
today.
Okay, I don't think
After today, huh?
I don't think that's mathematically possible.
Getting a bit chilly over here.
Let's talk about the fight that we're going to have later. The plan is to put you in the tires on the start.
Right. Fair.
And then we're just going to proceed from there. I'll take the black, whatever. I'll take the sacrifice.
That's nice. That's nice.
So
So I have my own teammates, by the way, and that happens to be coincidentally our identical plan. As well.
but you guys are farther back.
Yeah.
We're actually like in the race. They're like having to get into the race.
Yes.
Let's talk about the Ironman season. You've had a pretty successful one so far.
Thank you.
What do you think you can attribute that to? You think endurance?
Um,
Are you having can you attribute that to endurance, just being consistent, running laps?
I am well, and my only 2 wins ever at CalSpeed were, other than the Machismo, and including the Machismo, were endurance ones, 2 Ironmans and Machismo. And I think I'm better at being patient, letting things come to me. I'm not big on let's go racing side by side for the first 30 minutes of an Ironman, which is in super sport is all that's all about. And I think it's paid off, honestly. And also, I think I'm because I'm a big, heavy dude, which is coincidentally the exact opposite of him, but we both have pretty good endurance, whereas we're going about the same pace at the finish as we are at the beginning. So, if not a little faster, right? We generally get a little faster by the end of the race.
Yeah. I'm sure you're familiar with the Chase.
I am.
Okay. Would you like to give your prediction on the 4 guys you think that are going to be dropped in this next round? The names are listed here.
the bottom 4.
Yes.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Obviously, Allen's got to be the first one on my list that's going to fall.
All right.
No.
Bruce, I would say that. Gosh, this sets you up for looking bad. I'm gonna say Kurt. See, you can't underestimate Alyssa. She keeps running better and better all year. I'm gonna say Kurt, Diego, Darren, and Miles.
Wow, you're going with Darren and okay, those are two drivers that no one's taken yet.
And that's just purely. I mean, every single person on this list is strong. Nobody's weaker than the other one,
except for Coleman.
Well, you know, Justin's had a great year, obviously, by the fact that he's in the chase and made the first cut when that wasn't going to happen. Yeah, well, I am a little bit of a team player. He is my teammate in the Super Series, so I'm hoping for him to do good, and I'm not going to put any disparaging remarks onto him. I want him to do well. I want him to keep moving up.
Oh,
so I know that, and we all know. I mean, you could have one subtle incident that was nothing, and then all of a sudden you've got a drive-through, and next thing you know, you're in the B main.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
That more than others.
Yes.
That's what ended up happening with obviously Gal. He got more taken out than anything. So you mentioned teammates. So we took the time to announce earlier our Machismo teams. You guys are gonna have to watch the video since you jackasses weren't here. Do you want to announce? Do you want to take the time to announce your Machismo team?
If my boss didn't announce the team, then I'm not going to announce the team.
No, I don't think your boss announced the team yet. No,
Yeah.
all right.
Do we want to announce our team?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Well,
there it is.
all right.
I
I'm
did.
still waiting for the reservation on the plane before I can do this. So just,
I certainly don't. I don't mind telling, but I'm
go for it.
I'm way down
No,
on the.
you guys are gonna
Okay.
lose
Well,
anyways. Go
let me
for
put it to you this way: in Super Sport, the returning champs are returning in whole.
Okay.
All 5 of us. So there is that. So that's going to be Logan, Jordan, Mike, and Andrew and myself.
Andrew
Lemons.
Okay, I was like, I'm trying to think. Yeah,
You know,
I haven't seen Lemons in forever. So that's
Well,
why.
last year when he was on top, and the year before that when he was on top,
Yeah.
because I guess he just wins Machismos and then goes away for another year.
All right.
So-
All right. Well, it was good talking to you, Colin.
Hey, thank you very much. Thank you.
Come on.
Thanks,
You want to
Chris.
come join Sergio? Come on.
Gotta stretch.
That's fine. You can stretch in the chair. So we're joined here by the former champion and by like the 8-time Masters champion or something like that, Sergio Bravo.
This will be my 5th.
This will be the 5th one. Okay.
5'8", close enough.
5, 8,
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm actually going to bring up something that not a lot of people know that honestly I didn't even know about you. You're actually eligible for Grandmasters.
Yep.
Let's talk about the satisfaction you get from whipping us freaking youngsters. Do you think age matters at all in karting?
I think it does in some cases. To me, it doesn't at all. I don't think about age. I don't, it just really doesn't bother me. I'm in good shape, and I feel like I drive well, and I think that's the same for all the top drivers. You know, they're all in that same kind of condition, both mentally and physically. And so I think as long as you have that, the age doesn't matter.
Okay. I'm sure you're familiar with the chase, obviously.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Would you like to predict the 4 people that you think are going to get dropped in the next round? Names are here. Names are
4
here.
people that are going to get dropped.
Yeah.
What if I piss them off though?
So that's fine. No one's. Yeah. No one had to
we've
watch
already
it.
all done it.
Yeah.
It's all-
You're like the
everybody's-
10th person to make a prediction.
Let's see. I'm going to say. Well, I'll say Kirk. He's my teammate. Love you, Kirk, but you're way down there, buddy. Kirk. This is in order, right?
Yeah, in order of where they are in points right now.
Yeah, I think the bottom 4 really have the most to work at, to move up. So, I mean, an easy prediction would be those bottom 4: Diego, Justin, Alyssa, and Kirk.
Definitely would be interesting. Well, we'll see you on track in like a half hour.
All right.
All right. Thank you,
Take
Sergio.
care.
Appreciate it.
I wish. Makes me look smarter, which is tough.
Yeah, you haven't had any of it to drink yet, though. All right.
Take one, right?
Yeah.
Roll.
All right. Are we ready?